Hello and welcome back to my tiny little corner of YouTube that we keep bumping into each other. Let's come on and chat today about it's more books, let's be honest. I love a freaking book. So we're going to talk about some books. Got a big pile of them, which I'll get set up. This is some of them. I'm going to get set up and then I'm going to chat to you about them if you don't mind. Get comfortable, eh? Let's get through this. So, I've been in a book club, a self-development book club for a few years now, and alongside that I've read some of my own self-development books. So I think I'm well over 50 books in now. I am deep in the self-development books, let me tell you. So I just wanted to give you a little run through of the books that you've got to read. So here we go. The magic. I've spoke about this before. I'm obsessed with the magic. I speak about it all the time. I do it at least once a year. And it's where it all begins. Let me just say, if you're going to start anything, you want to get interested in positive psychology, manifestation, visualization, anything to just change your goddamn life, you've got to start with this, The Magic, Rhonda Byrne. Now, this is actually the second book from Rhonda, and the first book is The Secret. So that's where it all began, and it's all about the, again, positive psychology and how all that can change your life. So there is an hour and a half long program that I think you have to buy now. I think it was on Netflix, but I'm pretty certain you have to pay for it now. It's on YouTube. Probably all the other platforms available as well, but it's a great watch. But this follows it up basically, and this is a practice. It's a 28-day practice. It's quite grueling actually, because you have to do it every single day and you cannot miss a day. If you miss a day, you have to go back 3 days. I've never had to go back 3 days, but I've always done it with other people. So it's very useful if you can find an accountability buddy to do that. But basically, you're just writing gratitudes every day, and then there's another practice. Things I've spoke about before, the magic rock at night, gratitude for everything. Wealth, health, love, career, you name it, there's different practices. So you can also pick it up afterwards and focus on one section. So if you want to improve your love life or your money situation, you can focus on that. So you've got to read this. If you haven't read it, do yourself a favour and go and read this goddamn book. Number 2, Let It Be Easy, Susie Moore. Another good book, another good practice. Now I think I say it's a must read, and I'm not 100% certain I've read the whole thing because we read this in the book club, and the book club is monthly books, and I believe there's nearly 150 chapters in here. Let me check. Oh no, so there's 143 topics in here. So they're like little chapters. 143 chapters in here. So we obviously do it within a month, so we didn't have long enough. So we picked certain days and we read through them. And they're all like little stories basically, positive little stories, little wins in life, and it just kind of it kind of starts reframing your thought process. It's all about reframing, and if something's kind of feeling negative and heavy, you can kind of reframe it always and look for the positives. So that's how we did it in the book. I have since used it separately, where a little bit like oracle cards where you can just flick through. So I will just put it next to the bed on a morning, do my gratitude list, and then just go, hey, just be on time. Wow. Okay, I really need to read this one because my timekeeping isn't that great. Let me read it to you. So 57. Just be on time. I used to work for a boss who was her own worst enemy. Natalie was a great leader, but her smarts were always undermined by her lack of organisation. When the company founders would fly in, she'd be flustered and almost always late to the meeting. One time I waited till the very last second to board a flight with her, and she rushed in, juggling her bags right before the gates closed. I was freaking out that we'd missed the flight and that our multiple meetings that took me ages to set up would be cancelled. I'm a punctual person. I used to think it was because I'm a Capricorn. That's not true because I'm a Capricorn and I'm not. This is obviously reading it from Susie. I now realise it's because I don't want to go through life anxious and apologetic or unintentionally rude to others. When you're late to any situation, you enter it with apology. Don't willingly do that to yourself. Be on time and see how relaxed it feels and how everyone apologises to you because they're late. Being punctual is an easy way to display that you've got your act together. It also shows respect to others. You can't control it, especially if you live in LA and you have to drive, but a lot of the time you can. And if you are more than a couple of minutes late, you don't have to explain to anyone why. No one cares about the unanticipated traffic on the I-95. We're in England now. Just say, I'm late, apologise, and move on. Little snippets like that. So it's very useful to just kind of reframe, and sometimes you connect heavily with it, sometimes you don't. You win some, you lose some. Okay, so this is also the time I'm going to let you know that I haven't got all the books in front of me. Actually I've got a whole pile of them, but not all of them, because I do have a slight weird obsession with giving people books. People that tend not to ask, and I just like to give them. They probably never read them, probably go to the charity shop, but hey ho. I don't like to hoard books, so we don't have them all. But I'll link all the books below. But the next book I want to talk about is Super Attractor. Bernstein. I don't have the book, however, I do have the oracle cards. So these work really nicely actually alongside the book. So it's a 52 card deck. And again, a kind of oracle card. Does she call them that? What does she call them? A card deck. She calls it a 52 card deck with affirmations to help start manifesting limitless abundance today. But what the book's about is very much about co-creating with the universe. And so often when we kind of set goals, particularly at New Year, we set goals, and we're desperate for these things to happen, and we want them and we need them, and it's a very, very lack energy, because it's this needy kind of energy that we have around it. And Gabby kind of implements the idea of we just need to relax into it. Set your intentions and let the universe kind of meet you in the middle, co-create with the universe. And I think I kind of needed to hear that. It's very spiritual, it's very woo, and it's very much about trusting the process, asking and receiving, and not just hustle, 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 wanting it, needing it, making it happen, because I think we can force them things when sometimes we may be manifesting things that we may be so obsessed with it. So say for instance, we're like, actually, I'm so obsessed with getting this new car, I want to manifest this new car or dream job, or this has got to be like this and it's got to be here and it's got to be there, and it all falls through. And it falls through because the universe knows you're not aligned. The dream job still exists and the dream car still exists, but maybe it's a pink Fiat 500 that your grand's going to gift you. Like, maybe that's the dream car. The dream car doesn't have to be the yellow Ferrari. It's the feelings that you have within it. So it's very much about setting your intentions, but allowing the universe to kind of go, yep, I hear what you're saying, but I've got kind of another idea for you and you're going to love this even better. So it's very much about asking for what you want, that or something better, finishing it off with that or something better, because when we're kind of obsessed with this one idea, it can very much hinder your manifestation process. So great book, gotta read it. Before, Rich as Fuck, Amanda Francis. This one was funny because I read this a few years back, maybe 3 years back, and Oliver had like just kind of started to read, or definitely be picking up what I wanted to read. So he thought it was hilarious that my book had the F-bomb in it. So he did kind of use that a lot. Anyhow, Rich as Fuck. Now, Amanda Francis is unapologetic. She says what she wants and she ain't frightened of it. She talks about how much she earns, how much she wants to earn, and it's all about up-leveling. It's very much like breaking through barriers. So it's all like new level, new devil. So if you're thinking about, oh, you're hitting levels and you can never get past that, she kind of breaks them down. And it comes with without this like guilt around it, where women are allowed to talk about money, women are allowed to ask for what they want, and that doesn't make them selfish or greedy. It's just a place of want. So she speaks in a very freeing, some may say obnoxious way, but personally I think it's kind of enlightening the way she speaks about it. So I did very much enjoy her book. So yeah, go check that one out. Number 5, Atomic Habits, James Clear. This self-development book is very practical. It's very much about implementing habits, and it's habit stacking. So he says things like, prime example, like if you want to work out, have your workout gear ready, build that habit. Get home from work, have your gym kit ready, put it on, get straight in the gym or go straight to the gym. It's all about habit stacking, where you then stop thinking about it. Like you brush your teeth on a morning, you get up, you get your toothbrush out, you brush your teeth, you don't even think about it because you've habit stacked. You've gone to the toilet, you brushed your teeth, whatever that is, rather than going, okay, like I don't know what my gym kit is, I don't know what I'm gonna do today, I don't know when I'm gonna do it. So it becomes very grey. But by stacking the habits and continuously doing that, it just becomes second nature, and it's less effort, less bandwidth. So a really, really good book. You've probably all heard of Atomic Habits. It comes along with like the 5 a.m. Club. It's a bestseller. Did thoroughly enjoy that. I'm not sure what I've stacked. I'm not sure how many habits I've stacked from that, but when I have done it, I know it does work. So for me, it's very much, if I want to work out, it's great if I do it first thing in the morning, and sometimes that's in my pajamas. I don't have to think too much about it. So I like to just get straight on. I do home workouts, so it's easier for me to just get straight into it without thinking. If I then put barriers in place, like, oh, I'm dressed now I've got like put on my gym kit, think about what I'm going, stop, it like then becomes far too much for me. Really good if you're wanting to like change some habits, get some healthy habits in there with food or exercise or getting out in nature, etc., or sleep habits. Yeah, very useful for all them things. Number 6, Style Therapy, Lauren Messé. I haven't got that here, and I do have it somewhere, but I just don't know where. And I know I've got it, and I definitely haven't gifted it to anybody because I wrote in it. It's like a workbook. I've spoke about this book before, and I really, really did enjoy it. I think about it all the time. Lots of practical advice in there to help kind of build a wardrobe that you're comfortable with, that you feel good in all the time. Saves money, saves energy. So I really enjoyed that, and like I said, it's a practical workbook, so there's things to do in there where you write or take selfies, so it's quite hands-on. It's a 30-day practice, so again, another good one. She doesn't have any more books, I don't think, but I wish she did. I would really like to learn more about my colours. I'd love to go and see a colour analyst and work on what colours suit me. I've got brown on today. I think brown and blue suit me. I'd love to speak to somebody. I wish she'd do something like that because I think they probably would go very, very nicely together. Next one, the 5-second rule. And again, we don't have the 5-second rule, but we do have the Let Them Theory, Mel Robbins. So we've read 2 of Mel Robbins' book. The 5-second rule we did a few years back, and then this year we've done the Let Them Theory. I mean, seriously, they're both brilliant books. Brought this along to talk about anyway because it's Mel Robbins. If you don't know who Mel Robbins is, go pause this, check her out. She's just brilliant. She's fantastic. But the 5-second rule is very much about the rocket. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get up and do something. If you think, oh, I'm going to send that post, I've got an idea for a social media post, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, do it. If you go, oh, I think I'm going to work out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, work out. You wake up in the morning and you think, oh, should I have a bit longer? No, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just do it. It just stops your brain. There is some science behind it, which explains why it's good to do that for our brain, because we can start talking ourselves out of these things. Like you might have a business idea or business opportunity, and then you can easily talk yourself out of it, or you let somebody else talk yourself out of it. Just go for it. Give it a try. Why not, hey? I think that was very useful for me, particularly on a morning and getting up out of bed with workouts. I was like nearly my morning workouts when we read that book, that's for sure. But the theory is also very good. So a life-changing tool that millions of people can't stop talking about. Very much about not letting the little things get to you and let them, so if somebody's doing something that's irritating you, rather than like trying to change them and trying to be like, oh, you did this, let them reveal themselves to you so you can do what you need to do. So let them, let me. And sometimes that may be cutting them out of your life. It may be just setting healthy boundaries. It may be just a situation that you need to talk about, or it might be as simple as like, it's just not that deep. Like, why am I getting irritated about this? Like, it's not a big problem. So yeah, it just kind of like stops you in your tracks and goes, let them. And it's not about being a pushover. It's not about like letting people walk all over you. It's about taking back the control. It's very much like, no, actually, hold on a minute. You're not having power over me on this occasion. I have got control over this, and you weren't running my life. So there you go. That's that one. Number 8, The Power of Fun, Catherine Price. What I've given away again. However, I love this book. It was kind of a really nuanced topic for me. It felt very much like, oh, that's how you do it. And I think if you're around children, it can sometimes be easy to fall into kind of having fun, but not always. Not always. Sometimes we take on this very seriously mother or parent or adult role where we just forget to have fun. And it was just really nice to kind of learn more about fun, things that we find fun, laughing. You know, life isn't supposed to be this serious. Like, we are supposed to find our inner child. I just think we can often be so serious. As soon as we become adults, it's like, oh, we're adulting, we can't have fun, we can't do this, we can't do that. And often we then end up doing like adult fun, like getting drunk on a weekend, or that ends up feeling horrendous anyway. It's like not fun. So just generally trying to go back and remember as a child, like what was fun and how you did have fun and what makes you laugh and feel enlightened. Like, go and do it. I found a lot of it was like, I've got some old school friends that were so lucky to still have each other and still spend time together. And being around them bring out my inner child and bring out the fun side where we can just get a little bit silly and girly and play with each other's hair. And that makes me feel good. Do more of that. The Power of Fun. Next, number 9, the life-changing magic of tidying. It's quite a long-winded title, isn't it? I think it's because it was translated from Japanese, so it's probably sounded way better. Marie Kondo. The life-changing magic of tidying. Marie Kondo. The Japanese art. Okay, I love this book. We actually didn't do this in the book club. This is just a favourite of mine that I think everybody's got to read. You've probably heard of it. Again, it's like the magic. It's a classic. It's so many practical things as well. Decluttering, organising. Very, very practical. It's a Japanese art, so it's very minimalistic. It's probably not for, it probably goes too far for some people. In terms of, particularly I think if you've got children, or I don't know, if you've got a hobby or it involves bringing things into your home, I don't think this changes you for life. Like, you do have to keep doing it. You still have to have your spring cleans and your declutters, but it really helps. There's so many practical things in here that I like continue to use. Things like folding clothes, like trying to stack them up right is so much easier than piling them all on top of each other. Loving your clothes, loving your things, just generally like the Shinto experience of having things that you look after and feel happy and grateful for. Also things like, one of the big things we've used from this book is we don't have any products in our shower or in our bath. Like, everything goes in the cupboard. And it sounds so simple, but there's lots of other practices in this book, but this one I just loved because, so basically what you do is, if you're going into the shower and you need your shampoo and your conditioner and your shower gel, you go and take it in, but then when you're finished, you wipe it all down and you put it back in the cupboard. And so every time you're getting what you need and then you're putting it back. So when you go to clean your shower or your bath, it doesn't have all that gunk and all that horrible, like, I don't know, like rust or mold or just gunk that you get in the bottom of the shower tray. So cleaning your shower and your bathroom is simple because there's nothing there. It's basically like, you know, like an Airbnb and you go in, there's nothing there. It's like that. So that's a good book. We've also done some other books that I am going to mention, which is Make Space for Happiness. How to stop attracting clutter and start magnetizing your life, magnetizing the life you want. And we also did a Happy Home. So these books are really good because they're self-published, so that feels lovely. Also, there's some really practical feng shui tips and tricks and stuff in these books. So we've done things like love letters to your home, and I'm going to do another video actually with Chris about our home and love letters and feng shui and house renovation. So I won't go into it too much now, but you know, keep a lookout for that because that is going to come this week. Books like this, I just kind of enjoy. Next, Calm Christmas. And I know we're not quite Christmas, we're in spring right now, but this book was so good. We read another book similar the year after, but this book I will remember forever because I just think we can get so excitable and crazy in that period of Christmas. And it then becomes too overwhelming and we're not present in the moment. And there was just so many like little things in this book that I just absolutely loved. And it was very much like, you know, I would read this in November, early November, October, November, start reading this. Actually, after Halloween, just get on it. Start this, get organised, and just be more present around what you're doing and not having that hustle. As simple as I was the person who would be like, oh, I'm just going to wait till Christmas. Like, I don't need to do my shopping now. But then as the pressure builds up, it's stressful, isn't it? Because it's not even about what you're buying. It's about everybody else is out buying it and it's the hustle and bustle. Just get organised. Get organised best you can and make sure that when you're in the festive period, you can just enjoy it and do the things you want. Because we were homeschooling last year and the year before. Last year, I felt like we just did everything earlier. Like we saw Santa at Lapland in November, at the end of November, but it still felt amazing. We just started everything a little bit earlier. So when it got up to Christmas, when everybody was frantic and everybody was seeing Santa and going to pantomime, we'd done it all. We'd done everything. So then we could just unwind and relax, ready for the day. And then the bit afterwards as well, we weren't like absolutely flat out. You've just got to read this. After Halloween, go and buy this book and read it. Calm Christmas, Beth Kempton. She has some other books which I haven't read, but I would definitely love to read some more of her books because it's that very much freedom seeking and it's very much just living a more intentional, relaxed, minimalistic life. So I would definitely like to read some more of her books. But if anybody's read any of her books, please let me know what would be good because I really enjoyed this one. So I've done my 10. However, there's a few more that snuck in. I couldn't help it. I'm sorry, I had to add some bonus ones. So the next one is The Magic of Thinking Big. I mean, really, it should have probably hit the 10 list, but then I don't know. So David Schwartz. Now, what I loved about this is it's absolute old school classic. It was first published in the 50s, and to me, it has not dated one little bit, which is slightly scary. Would have hoped we'd moved on a little bit, but we hadn't. And I made Chris read this as well because I just absolutely, the true secret of success, how to earn more, lead fearlessly and live a happier life. It's just, that just gave me goosebumps saying that. Goosebumps saying that. I don't know why, I just absolutely loved it. If you haven't watched my other video, books I'm currently reading, I'll link down below. But I did mention about how I'd been immersive reading, and I think I learned immersive reading after I read this, so I would love to immersive read this, or maybe just get the Audible and listen to this. But I don't even really know what to say about this book because I actually was highlighting the whole way through, and there's so many highlights. There's just so many good things about this book. Yeah, I just think it's an absolute mindset shift where you just, again, you just think big. So yeah, it's basically just about thinking big, acting big, and doing it. So I had to add that one, I'm sorry. Okay, so the next one is Dominoes Down, John Taylor Gatto. Now, this might not be for everybody. This may not be on everybody's self-development list, but this for me did really change the way I thought about education. It's heavily recommended in the home ed community. So it was one of the original books that I got I think it's self-published, but I'll got it on Amazon, I'm sure. It really makes you think about education as a whole, and it's thought-provoking. Possibly controversial to some if you are in a school environment, but this one was just, for educational purposes, read it. And if you don't agree with it, let me know. But I really did enjoy it, and I thought it was so interesting to kind of have a different perspective. I needed a mindset shift from just kind of mainstream thinking, particularly with education, because before we were homeschooling, I just thought education happened in a school. And to read this kind of just made me think outside the box and just start to think, actually, no, education is everywhere. It looks different to everybody. Really good, interesting read. He's actually an ex-teacher, so he's coming from a place, he's very highly educated himself, but it's very much talking about homeschooling. Okay, and then the last one, I promise, although I could probably go on a little longer, but I'll wrap this up, is the 4 agreements, which again I haven't got, but I do have the matching oracle card. These are very nice. So this is obviously 4 different agreements, and if you live by these principles, it will make life easier, you'll communicate better, you don't make assumptions. Just generally, I mean, what does it say? Personal freedom and true happiness. So it was a really nice, easy book, and I did enjoy these cards that went along with it. But again, I'd like to read this again because I really did quite enjoy it. We read it a few Decembers ago, so quite an easy, relaxed read for December, but very enjoyable. Okay, we'll leave it at that. I won't keep going on because you know I love my books. I could talk about these forever. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed that, let me know. If you've got any book recommendations for me, please let me know. I mean, there's probably lots of classics that I've missed out on, and I'm probably going to go away and be like, oh, I missed this one and I forgot that one. Probably do a 4-up on this one, let's be honest, because we love the self-development and we love the books. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and see you next time.